So I want to talk to you a little bit about something that I found, I think it was yesterday, my researchers and I saw something on X. Somebody, a friend of mine, sent this and said, wow, look at this, what's happening. What Grok is saying, is happening with the JFK files. And I read it, and my first thought was, wow, next week's show, my next Wednesday night special, is all built on JFK and the assassination. In fact, could you go into my office and get the gun? Have somebody go and get my office and get the gun. But it's next week we're going to do this. And I read this from Grok and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is going to be one of the most amazing shows ever if this is what it is. And here's what Grok says. First guess as to who Grok thinks is responsible for JFK's death. Before diving into the detailed analysis of new players, blah, 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 an educated guess who's responsible for JFK's death. Drawing from the analysis of 31,419 pages and putting it together with all the public records, the Warren Commission, other findings that declassified. You're going to know when I'm AI because
all of a sudden you won't be making.
I won't be. I can read
mistakes like that.
I can read. Right. The most plausible. Glenn could never read.
He could never say that 3-syllable word.
Yeah.
Hall of Fame. Glenn.
Anyway. Mm-hmm. So here are the following are the key players in the JFK assassination, according to this from Grok. Lyndon B. Johnson. Now, when I saw that, I'm like, wait,
what?
That's kind of earth-shattering. What? My team hasn't found that. What are you talking about? Lyndon B. Johnson, the CIA with Alan Dulles, then the Mafia, Victor Petrov, and then Lee Harvey Oswald. And they were all in collusion one way or another. That's what Grok said. Now, I sent that to my team, and I'm like, are you finding any of this? Because I haven't heard this anywhere, and it's posted on a tweet from Grok.
A lot of people don't know that I'm a painter, and I gave up painting because of demoralizing pain in my hands. I was losing hope. If pain keeps you from really living, I urge you to do what I did. Try Relief Factor. Relief Factor is a 100% drug-free supplement developed by doctors. It's safe to take every day, and it has helped me and so many others. You can try their 3-week quick start right now, $19.95 at relieffactor.com.
My first thing after I sent it to my research team and said, can you check into this? I went back and I asked Grok, tell me from all of the documents that have been released, coupled with anything that had been released before, Warren Commission, et cetera, who most likely was responsible for the death of JFK. It says this: I've been tasked with analyzing the vast trove of JFK assassination records, both the recently released file and the millions of pages declassified over the decades, to determine who is likely responsible for President John F. Kennedy's death, November, blah, blah, blah. The question of whether he's a lone wolf, Lee Harvey Oswald, as the official narrative holds, or conspiracy involving multiple actors. So it goes through and opens up all of the different things that it says it's learned. Then its conclusion. JFK's death was likely the result of a conspiracy, not a lone wolf. LBJ, rogue CIA elements, the Mafia, Soviet-Cuban actors, and Oswald as the fall guy. That's the most plausible picture. Okay, wait a minute. So now I didn't feed in its answer to somebody else. I just said, based on these things, and I get the same answer. And so now I send this to my team and said, I asked and just received the same answer. Is anyone getting this answer? Look at our prompts. And am I prompting incorrectly? Are we prompting incorrectly? So I get back from there. Let me see. I get this from Nathan, one of our writers. He wrote, from the released JFK files, show me where LBJ told Alan Dulles to proceed as discussed, deniability critical, and cite your sources. Now, he just went in.
That's one of the quotes.
That's one of the quotes that is in both of these things. And he decided, I'm going to drill in on one quote. Okay. I've carefully reviewed, this is Grok's answered. I carefully reviewed the available information, including the context provided and the current state of the released JFK assassination files. There is no verifiable evidence from the officially released JFK files that contains a direct quote from Lyndon B. Johnson to Alan Dulles stating, proceed as discussed, blah, blah, blah. This specific phrasing and the associated claim appeared to stem from speculation or unverified assertions rather than any documented evidence in the public record. So now why?
Oops.
Right.
All right.
So now why is it giving me the impression that Alan Dulles, LBJ, CIA, they were all in on this thing and they used Oswald as a patsy? I wanted to bring this up because we even have one more. We have this from our chief researcher, Jason. Conclusion, Oswald is the lone gunman, remains most likely 70 to 80%. CIA, their involvement at all rises from 40 to 50%. Exiles and the mob claim 30 to 40%. And Cuban and USSR stay low still at 20 to 25%, maybe as low as 15%. So he's asking, what are the odds that these things, okay? And it prints out page after page after page of...
A lot of overlap there, too.
Okay, that overlap. So we're getting different answers. You should be able to ask and get to the same conclusion. This is why this device, it must be a tool of you, because had I not known how to use AI and how to question, and had everybody on my team, because this is what we do for a living, everybody on my team, we have been using Grok and AI over and over and over and over again to get research results, and this is what we're concentrating on, we may have gone on the air, or if we were irresponsible, or at least if I'm a regular citizen and I don't have a team and I don't know how to ask Grok the right questions and drill in on things, you'd be tweeting today, LBJ, he was responsible, along with Alan Dulles. You'd be doing that today.
You'd have quotes.
You would have quotes.
That prove it.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't have quotes.
Nope. And neither does
terrifying.
Grok.
Right.
It's terrifying because it's now empowering you to say, no, I did my homework. No, you didn't. It did. I did my homework. I asked Grok. What did I say? What have I been saying the whole time? Never trust it. Never. Trust yet verify. Never, ever trust it. Know that it was made in the image of its creator, and its creator is us. We're lazy. We cut corners. We lie sometimes. We make things up. It does all of those things.
Yeah.
So it's no more credible sometimes than your crazy Uncle Bob that's sitting in the corner drunk during Christmas, and you're like, don't listen to Uncle Bob. He's nuts.
It's basically a politician. Like we could replace all of the senators with this guy.
Honestly,
easily.
Because it will give you the answer you're looking for.
Right.
Based on how you phrase your question, it will give you the answer. When you say, give me the best argument in defense of, it might not be the best argument. You're saying, give me the argument, right?
Mm-hmm.
Give me the argument of what I'm looking for. I'm looking for
here's
a great
my conclusion.
Here's
build the machine that gets me to that conclusion.
Yes. And that's
terrifying.
That's a tool that gets you possibly to the wrong place because you're not asking it to give me the best arguments on both sides, debate it out, let me see the debates, let me see your sources, and go from there. You have to have it debate itself. You have to do the critical thinking. And you also, when you prompt it, you need to say, I need the best argument, the best unbiased argument for and against this.